What we're going to do now is install a door and inline. They're pretty easy, I think. Um, First thing I always do is measure, double check my measurements on my seal and cut my seal. I use a 2-inch wide tape measure. A lot of them you see out there is 2.5, 3 inches. It's easier to add 2 than it is 2.5. That's why I like it. Make it simple. But put your measurement down in your comes up to 57 1/4. Add my 2 inches, you're 59 1/4. I cut my seal, put it in, get my jams, line them up. I've had somebody ask, well, are you going to get in the grout line? Most of the time the grout line isn't straight anyways. I try to stay to the outside to cover that up. Sometimes if I can, I will stay in the grout line. It's a little bit easier to drill your tile. This tile is pretty easy to drill. Your granite over here, or whatever tile that is, it's pretty hard. What I use in drill bits is I use the cheap ones. They work better. These here cost a little bit more, but the heads usually pop off on those. When you're drilling, drill at a low speed. What I normally do is take it like a cap of water, and when I'm drilling, it gets hot, stick it in a little cap of water, cool it off, and go back to drilling. Usually on a tile like that, I burn up 1 bit per hole. 3/16 vinyl. You get a 4-piece vertical. You spread each piece apart. You get one inside, one outside. Smooth side to your glass, rough side to the outside. You also got ridges in it. In your wall jamb, you also got ridges in it. And what it does, it snaps in place so it doesn't fall out. Never stretch your vinyl. Just tuck it in and work your way down. You get 4 pieces on your vertical. You get a 2-piece on your horizontal, top and bottom. Also, again, you got the smooth side to your glass. There's also a ridge in it as well. It snaps into the header as well. 1/4-inch glass, you get a single piece. You only got 2 different vinyls for it. And on your step-up wall, nail wall, pony wall, whichever way, everybody's got their own lingo for it, is we use the vertical 1/4-inch vinyl for your 3/16 and 1/4-inch vinyl on the outside of the unit only. On your 3/16, it's inside and out on your verticals, inside and out on top and bottom on your horizontals. On your nail wall, the 951, which is the 1/4-inch vinyl vertical. And on your header and seal for your 1/4-inch, you got another thicker vinyl. And you'll notice too with the header and the seal, it's a wider material because your wall jambs are going into it, so naturally your thicker vinyl is going to be your horizontal top and bottom. You got a thicker setting block, and that's for your 900 for your full end lines. Nail angles, your bottom of your seal, your 900, is the thicker, wider setting block. You have a smaller one for your step-up seals on your nail walls. You got a 906 trim that's your seal, and it's a thinner material, so you got a thinner block for it. Normally what I use is 2 pieces per unit, per piece of glass, excuse me. They go in your bottom of your seal. What it does is hold your glass off the metal, and it also puts your glass at the same level as your wall jamb. And it snaps into place as well. I checked my levelness on my wall jambs, got them secured. There's 3 screws per jamb. This is 1/4-inch glass. Set your glass in place. Then you got your inline jamb. You got a shallow side and a deep side. Your shallow side always go to your glass side. If you put your shallow side to the door side on your hinge or your strike side, it's not going to bury itself, so you're shortening your opening for your door. Now also on your material, all of our material when it comes in, we tape it to try to stop scratches on it. Everything's got a flat surface, so running across a saw with metal filings on it, you scratch your metal up. So what we do is tape it. As soon as the material comes in, we clean it, check it for scratches, tape it, and then we send it to the processing. Now to come to set the door, measure from this side as if it was buried all the way up against that lip. Roughly I got 28 inches that I need to have. So what I always do is to measure the bottom, get my 28 inches. Cut my seal to that opening, but before I do that, I can't control this wall. It's there. I can't move it or anything. This one here I can control. So I throw my level on it. I got my 28 inches opening at the bottom. Level this up, the inline jamb, measure my top. Roughly I got 28 3/8. So I know I got room for my door to work. That way I know this wall isn't leaning in on me. If it is leaning in on me, I can also move this over as well as that and cut my dam strip a little bit longer, and I got my adjustment of my door to keep it level. And on your dam strip, you got a lip on that's the outside of the unit. That way it helps keep the water to the inside. And everything snaps in pretty tight. You do have high and low tolerances of your metal. Sometimes you run into your metal and you got a high on one and a low on the other. This is your inline snap jamb and your 903 wall jamb. The material, you can either slide it in together or it does actually snap into place. Now, that's loose. Say you're on a nail wall, and every time you shut the door, you get this. There's a way to get around that. All right, who's got my side cutters? They're looking out for me, aren't they? What I do is I take and crimp the metal a little bit on the little ears. Just crimp it out a little bit. It doesn't torque your metal out or put a stress mark on it or anything. As long as you stay on the little ears. If you get past the ears, it will put stretch marks on it. And this works for all of our units. If you got a 45-degree snap or 135 and a 90 or an adjustable angle, I got a piece for that material as well. It ain't got no jingle to it now. It's a tight fit. I learned a lot of this out on the field. When you go and shut the door and you get a little rattle, just slide it off and just tweak it a little bit and slide it back on. It's all tight and sealed.